Here we are with the hip adduction. Just trying to warm the hips up here. Get a lot of blood in there. This is just helping stability in my squatting patterns, keeping the hips loose and mobile, and getting the glutes warmed up essentially as well. I've noticed getting blood in there first before I squat has helped a ton with mobility. Trying a new approach here because the first video that I posted training at the Iron Asylum had tons of copyright music in it. Some of it was totally cool with being on YouTube, but there was like 3 or 4 songs that were playing in the background that wouldn't allow me to post it until I removed the sound from the video. So there's some silent blank spaces throughout that video. So I decided let's do some voiceovers through this one until I get some mics, and then I'll just be mic'd up while I'm training. I feel like that's a better approach. You get a little bit more real-time perspective on what's going on. I can give you a little bit better insight on my training and what I'm thinking in the moment, and why I'm making some of the decisions that I may be making. So you'll be able to see that a little bit in the training that I did today in my push day, and that video will be coming out later this week. But the gym that I trained at today, they had the music a little bit quieter, so I didn't need the mics to hear me as well. I don't think anyway, I haven't gotten to watch all the footage back yet, but I'm pretty sure it was plenty quiet enough. There wasn't many people in there. So hopefully moving forward, the quality of audio will be a ton better, light years ahead of that first video, because that was kind of discouraging to get all that content and then go to upload everything, and it's like, dang man, I gotta freaking do this and cut that out and have a blank space here. So we're gonna go with the voiceover approach through some of these videos until we get some mics and I can just give you some insight on what's going on. Here I'm just explaining why I'm doing the adduction first with the very first movement of training. A lot of people would finish with that, but I've noticed, again, like I explained, just putting it first, a lot more mobility and stability in my squatting patterns.
Yeah, because I feel like that's something I've had some issues with. My hips are kind of stiff, and it takes a while to get them warmed up. So putting this first, just the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've noticed a huge difference. So we're starting off with this.
Here we are with the abductors. Same purpose for putting this before the squatting pattern again. Fill that adductor up with blood. Helps with ton with stability and essentially just feeling super safe and strong when I am squatting, and then it reduces the need for such a heavy load in those squatting patterns. Putting the squatting patterns a little bit later in the workout, and through the cruise right now, while the calories aren't too high or being pushed up too much too quickly, I'm gonna definitely be mindful of that, recoverability and things like that, because I've been known to just run myself into the ground. And whether it's helping or hurting, I just sometimes don't know when to pull back. So I'm trying to become a smarter bodybuilder and not just run myself ragged all the time.
Just the feeler set, warming up. Hey, what are you doing? What are you gonna hit? Good. You'll be in my video.
Do you vlog?
Huh?
Do you vlog your...
I do.
Do you post it?
I do, actually. I actually just start, I do a lot on TikTok and Instagram, but I just started with YouTube, so I'm trying to bump it up a little bit, get a little more serious. I just posted one yesterday. It was only 10 minutes, so I'm trying to make them a little bit longer. I'm trying to get to the 20-minute range or so.
Are you just doing
What do you know about vlogging? I'm kind of old, a little older, so I need some tips.
Sometimes I post on TikTok and stuff because I've been lifting for a while. So,
Okay.
2 or 3 years. So
Gotcha. That's awesome.
A while for me because I'm young.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome that you're starting at this age. You're going to be light years ahead of me, so that's great.
I think you look great. You look big.
Thank you, appreciate it. So what do you suggest with video
just
length and stuff like that?
Add things that make it entertaining because people just love funny things. They love clips.
Yeah.
My generation likes just funny things, you know what I mean? Short speeches don't sit and talk for a while. And
Gotcha.
something that's catchy, I don't know,
make it like quick and to the point.
Yeah.
I got you. That makes
Because
sense.
people like to like go and find things and then get the answer as quick as they can. You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, that makes sense the way that the times are now. It's like,
yeah.
you want that, you look for something, you want that immediate,
Yeah,
like, okay,
exactly.
this is exactly what I'm looking for.
I don't know, like
Boom.
what you vlog. Do you just vlog your like routines or what?
Yeah, pretty much right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do like my posing practice. That's mainly the gist of like my Instagram is like,
Are you a bodybuilder?
yeah. Yeah. So I like post like my posing rounds, like physique updates.
Are you
I'm
natty?
trying to, no. No, definitely not.
Aw.
Definitely
Kind
not.
of hoping you were, but it's okay.
You can achieve a lot naturally. I know some people that are natural that are absolutely bonkers. Like you would think they are enhanced for
Yeah.
sure. But it's all in what you want to do, and then like the division or the federation I compete in, you kind of have to be enhanced.
got
So if I want to win, I have to kind of play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love it. So
Yeah, I want to bodybuild.
do you?
But I gotta like put a lot of like I gotta get down to under like at least 10% body fat. Not that right now because I'm just
What are you doing like
Trying to maintain.
nutritionally? What do you do? Like, do you have like a structured meal plan?
oh yeah. I mean,
That's the key to everything. I
I
swear,
mean-
it's the food.
I eat a lot of protein. I try to keep it low carb.
Why?
But
Why are you keeping the carbs low?
because like your body starts to use the fat that you have if it doesn't have carbs to burn.
That's very true. But you get a metabolic spike from the carbs. So if you start maybe incorporating like one day a week where you actually go kind of crazy on carbs,
Oh.
and then like resume right back to your diet that you have structured, like your lower carb, you probably see some crazy results.
Really?
Just doing like one day a week. I call them high days. And natural or not, you're gonna get that same like metabolic response. You know what I'm saying?
Like I've never heard that.
So try that maybe on like, say like a lagging body part. Say you want to bring your legs up or something.
Oh, yeah.
On that day, maybe do double the carbs of what you normally would do. And then on your other days, kind of use those as your fat burning days so you can pull the carbs down. And then obviously keep your protein and fats pretty much the same
Yeah.
every day regardless.
Yeah, I try to eat like 130 grams.
That's good.
And I'm 140, so
You weigh 140 and you're eating about 130. That's good. That's not a bad spot. You could probably go up a little bit, but I always
so
suggest
hard.
just like really slow increments because it's really hard to digest like a big change in protein. You know
I
what
know I
I'm saying?
did that way too quick, and then my like stomach is going like crazy.
It's hard to, yeah, it's definitely hard to process. I always, when I try to bump mine up, I do really small. Like I might increase it like 20 grams for the day in total or something, and then just do that for like a couple weeks till I'm used to it, then bump it up maybe 20 or 40 more, and just slowly do it that way.
And it's like your job like is
Yeah.
working at, like
I coach and stuff too.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I do like nutritional coaching, help people with cycles and stuff like that with PEDs and enhancements. Yeah, it's all, I love it. It's literally the most fulfilling thing. I've met the most cool people. Just even helping people lose weight and stuff. Like you see somebody's life change, it's so cool. And then I had that experience myself. Like I was really overweight, found the gym, lost a bunch of weight, did some bodybuilding shows, won a couple shows. So it's like now I'm like my whole like perspective on life has changed just from losing that weight. You know what I'm saying? So I want to help other people do that too.
How often are you here?
I try to come up here like once, twice a week. I have not been coming to this gym that consistently because I've been going to Just Perform, and then I train at the Lake YMCA.
Me
So,
too.
do you? Yeah, I'm down there a lot more, honestly. I'm down there probably like
That's my main
3 days a week, me too, because I just live closer. It's a lot easier to get
Teach me how
there.
to pose one day because I don't know how to
I
pose.
definitely will. Do you have Instagram?
I do.
Add me on the Instagram, and I could definitely help you with like diet, anything you want help with. I would love to help you, seriously.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna add you. Hold on. You wanna type it in?
Yeah.
Are you
Yes, that's my wife.
wife? Okay, I didn't want to say wife if you were the girlfriend if you were the wife. You work out too? Lot?
Actually, I think we talked at the Dumbbells last week.
All right,
You're
this is
the buff one.
me right here.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen you on my recommended ones. Yeah, you look good.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I would love to help, seriously.
Are you going to talk right?
Yeah, I am.
She literally told me that story. That's so funny. She was like, I had the best experience today at the gym.
You look awesome. Like, I just like your arms are great.
Thank you.
You can be there. You're literally so far ahead of, like, I hope you know how far ahead you are of where me and her started. We started in our later 20s, like before we got back into the gym. Outside of like high school sports, we were both athletes in high school.
I'm an athlete. I swim and I'm soccer. My hair's wet, by the way.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, yeah, you're heading in the right direction because you're in the gym. You're like aware of your nutrition and diet and all that. So I'm excited to see what you can do with it.
I'll say I was watching you on the like. If you have that intensity with everything,
Oh, I do.
getting it.
Oh yeah, that's the key. I swear.
I started getting muscle when I hit failure for everything, like, or at least on my last set. That's when I started getting big.
Yep.
Like, I gained like 30 pounds of muscle in these like 2 years.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the key right there. That intensity and nutrition, you're gonna grow so much and be so strong. I swear. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
I'm completely sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Pretty dope interaction that we got to have. She is a athlete at our local high school. She swims and plays soccer. Super cool girl. She's got aspirations of one day being a bodybuilder as well. So it was pretty cool to just get to, pass on a little bit of knowledge, some helpful tips and things like that. And then, she also helped me out with some tips on social media because, to be honest with you, that generation has it way more figured out than we do, I feel like, on some things when it comes to navigating social media and things like that. And I'm not one to think I know everything, so I immediately took the opportunity to ask some questions to see if she had any tips for me, and then got to give her some tips on things that I feel I am, knowledgeable about when it comes to nutrition and stuff like that. So hopefully one day we see her on the bodybuilding stage or something like that, and yeah, that would be super cool to just know, like, hey, had that interaction, got to pass on some knowledge, and then one day she took that on and did something great with it. And I feel like she will. She's very determined. She trains super hard, pushing herself really hard in the gym, I noticed. So I was like, man, that's great that she's already got the intensity figured out. She's getting her nutrition dialed in, buttoned up. So super dope.
That was super dope. Y'all, that was so cool. I was like, this is perfect. Divine timing. That's even funnier than that. You literally told me the story last week. Come to the gym this week. And I get to meet her. That's so cool. I love it. It's awesome.
How many more you got on here?
I'm going to do one more here. One more, and then I'm going on to Ham's Curls.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, I saw it on Jeff's Facebook.
Oh, yeah, where you shared the video?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so fun, man.
Yeah,
I'm so thankful.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Thank you, man.
Have you been working out over at another gym? 'Cause
I've been going to Just Perform and then the Lake YMCA.
Oh, okay.
And so I've been pretty much training like early in the morning before work.
Yeah.
I've been going at like 5, 6 a.m.
Yeah, because, you up there with the other guys, it was like you were massive. I was like, how could they not give it to you?
Dude, yeah, it was so fun, man.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you, man.
Sweet. So, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
All right, brother. Yep.
It's great. One more right here. Let's go. Cool.
Having all the fun interactions at the gym. That was somebody that I used to see pretty daily at the gym, pretty much every day. Hadn't been to this gym in a couple months just for prep purposes. I had to go early in the morning to get it done before work, things like that. So a lot of times I was either training earlier in the morning than my normal time or later in the evening than my normal time. So I wasn't seeing a lot of the same people, and kind of by design too. I like to, during prep, I like to go in there and be in my own zone. I don't want to go in there and have to talk to a bunch of people. But we're in the cruise now. Yes, we're still training hard, but I'm not sitting there counting my rest times in between sets. Granted, I'm not taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 minutes or something like that, but I might take 2 minutes or something because I'm doing, all out top sets again, and it's the cruise phase. So this is kind of the time to let myself recover a bit. So if somebody wants to have an extra second in the gym to chat or whatever, I'm totally okay with that. But again, we're still training hard. And in prep, this just wouldn't be happening. I'd have my headphones in. I wouldn't be talking to anybody. So yeah, that's just kind of by design. You know what I'm saying? And if you've competed, you know exactly what I mean. You don't want to be in the gym talking to a bunch of people while you're trying to train. It's almost like you feel like that's just a total hindrance. But again, while we're in this phase, you got to be out there intermingling with the community and stuff like that. You can't be a dickhead bodybuilder with your hood up and your headphones on all the time. Not that I'm a dickhead by any means, but I might not be as talkative and things like that during a prep just because I'm locked in. I'm on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I'm always on the mission. But when the deadline is right there and you have that timeline right in front of you, it's just a different ball game. It's a different beast. Here we are with ham curls again before the squatting pattern. For that same purpose, stability, warm the knees up. I've noticed putting these first as well gets the knees extra warm. Not so much doing an extension. That kind of has the opposite effect. And I'm not that it doesn't warm them up, but I feel like doing the ham curls first still leaves some gas in the tank for the the squats, but I'm still getting to warm my knees up. But I'm not exerting the quads yet. I'm exerting the quads mostly on the squats and then kind of finishing them off with the leg extensions. I used to do squats, my squatting patterns pretty much last after extensions and everything, but I've noticed I don't have as much in the tank to push myself as hard as I would like to on those squats. Or I wouldn't say that. I still get to push myself hard, but the strength is not near as what I would like it to be. So putting the extensions last has been a little bit better for me, I feel like, and will probably stimulate a little bit more growth in the long run, just being able to use a little bit heavier load in those squatting patterns. And this was an awesome leg day. I was pretty much doing 2 top sets of everything. I've noticed just from a recoverability perspective, 2 top sets seems to be the sweet spot for me on most things other than delts and arms. Chest, and yeah, I said delts. But chest, 2 good top sets on each movement. Today I did 2 flies, 2 different presses, and then, side delts, cables, dumbbells, and front raises.
Next thing we're doing, barbell squats, because I absolutely suck at them. So I'm making sure that that's something I improve on. I feel like that'll bring up the glutes and the hams, me being taller. This is kind of a glute ham adductor movement, but I'm being mindful of squeezing through the quads. So I'm going to put this on some of the leg days as well. This Smith squat, I'll probably flip those back and forth. Because the Smith squat I can put on the quad sweeps a little bit better than anything else, to be honest. So probably do that and alternate back and forth between this and that. So that's what we're doing. These are 25s on the end. I'm not trying to flex. It's only 285. And these will probably still be terrible. Feeling weird on the knee. I'll take a chance. Cool. All right. Definitely gonna be able to progress that. That's good.
And here we are with some leg presses. Already feeling pretty taxed from the barbell squats, that being something new, honestly, for me that I'm putting in my plan. So pretty taxing, but have a good set here. Trying to really focus on that stretch at the bottom. I think I only have 3 plates on here right now, and just being super mindful of the tempo and holding in that, in that bottom range, just sitting there for a second, getting comfortable there. The stimulus is absolutely nuts. I initially was just going to use this as a warm-up, but it was feeling pretty good, so I just went ahead and made it like a high rep set, which I have seen some benefit in. I've said this before, in mainly just limbs, legs, and arms. And I feel like that's we're designed that way because we use our legs and we use our arms so much that if they did get super pumped immediately doing anything, we would hardly be able to function as people in our everyday life. So if you take some of those things and really think about it and then apply it to your training, it makes total sense. We used to have to walk hundreds of miles, back in the day, 10, 20, 30 miles a day sometimes. Over a week's time, we're doing that every day. So imagine if your legs got super pumped and fatigued, doing a couple reps or a couple, whatever. It'd be hard to function. So we're designed that way for a reason. The things we use the most oftentimes take more reps, more sets to actually stimulate. So keep that in mind.
Finishing up this set here on the leg presses. And as I'm editing this video, I'm listening, there's music all in the background, so I'm just going to go ahead and do voiceover through most of anything that I feel like is going to get flagged for copyright, so where I'm not talking much or anything throughout this part here. But here we go into the second set here, and I'm just explaining how I kind of blew my wad on the 3 plates somewhat. So I was going up to 5 here and just going to call that good after this set. Again, during this phase, I'm really focused on recovering and allowing my body to recover, but I'm trying to keep my strength high and, still create that good stimulus in the gym with just quality sets and reps. Versus, going in there and absolutely annihilating myself just for the fact that it's been an absolutely long season, and I have trained like that for probably 4 years on end nonstop up to this point. I'm actually being mindful of letting my body recover some, just because going through 2 preps this year and then basically back to back. Essentially, first show was back in April, so I prepped from last November, essentially all the way up to that show. Really, it was prepping even longer than that because it was pretty much a nonstop deficit from, the previous March or February all the way up to now, pretty much, other than rebounding out of shows or, diet breaks, just little diet breaks, and then it was right back onto the diet. So that's why I'm being super mindful this time, allowing my body to recover, because this is actually going to be going into my first real growth off-season phase where I'm focused on putting on size, eating more calories, improving training across the board. I'm not worried about getting shredded and dropping body fat constantly. So I'm getting just like super excited. I'm just trying to allow my body to refresh and recover so that I can hit that hard and actually make that some long-lasting, career-changing gains, ultimately, is what I'm after. Because I initially was thinking go chase the card and get it down at Nationals this year, see what I could do, because I was in really good shape. I was 265 on stage. Granted, I'm 6 foot, so take from that what you may. I still need to put on a lot more size being that tall. So anyways, but I thought I might, shake out well down there. So I initially was going to keep going, and then after talking to some people and honestly just how I was feeling and then how long this year was, I was like, I'm either going to have to grow after that or before that anyway, so let's just go ahead and put on that quality size now. I've always been one to say build the physique, and then everything that's supposed to come with that physique will come. So that's kind of what I'm after. I'm just trying to build the pro quality physique, and then from that, like I said, everything will come that needs to. I'm not necessarily getting carried away with chasing the card. I'm more so getting carried away with chasing the physique, because then when I do get in the pro ranks, I'll be competitive. It's not just I got this card and now I have a huge gap to fill. I have 2 years of progress to make or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and take this time now. I'm in my health phase, and then when I can ramp things up at the new year, going to take some time to really grow, and then maybe another little health phase and into a prep for a national show next year. So that's the game plan going forward. Here I am just smoking it out with some calves just to finish those off as well. I normally have been doing those separately, just on arm days and a couple times throughout the week, but during this phase I've just been throwing them in on the leg days that I'm hitting, not really separating them much from legs or anything like that. And then we're going into the final movement here of extension. Just trying to be really slow and meticulous and controlled on throughout this movement, because the quads are pretty toasted by this point. If you've made it this far into the video, just tell you for full transparency going forward what the plan is. So probably January 1st or so is when we'll actually start ramping up the dosages a little bit. So probably going to go ahead and start with like 750 test, 500 EQ, something like that, maybe even 400 EQ just to start out. Something mild, because again, I don't want to jump into the deep end at the beginning of the season. It might be a long year again, so we're going to start off mildly and just go with what I know my body responds well to. So that's not going to be anything too crazy to start out, because this last year I hit it pretty hard, and I feel like I was combating a lot of the time, having to pull things back in a timely, like, be smart with when I'm pulling back and things like that, because I would just get too far into the prep or too far ahead in the prep, I should say, with where I had the doses set and things like that, that I would be not feeling too good by showtime, which is to be expected when body fat's low and things like that. But I just want to be a little bit more mindful this year of, you know, being smart, being a little bit smarter is basically what I'm saying here. So yeah, we're going to probably really lean on testosterone a lot more versus other compounds, and see how that shakes out. So I'm planning on just starting that, like I said, 750, 700, somewhere in there, with the 400 EQ, and then ramping up the testosterone from there, getting labs, seeing where my E2 is at, and just seeing how high I can actually ramp the testosterone up, and probably just ride those two compounds out for a while, and then maybe potentially sprinkle in a little MPP. Every time I throw that in, though, I don't get along too well with it. It's like a couple weeks I'm feeling great in the gym, and then all of a sudden I don't know, you just kind of feel doomy and gloomy, where I know if I am mainly using testosterone and like EQ, I feel pretty, nothing. I just feel normal. So I feel strong in the gym and all that. I don't feel any like mental sides or anything. And even when I use like Tren, I don't feel like I do when I use MPP. I can use Trenbolone and be totally fine through a prep, be in good spirits all the way through. Like I said, you might just feel some of like the body fatigue and stuff like that, and start feeling kind of, just, I guess you could say, toxic or whatever towards the end when the orals go in and stuff. But other than that, man, even Tren, like I said, at 400 milligrams, I don't notice near the sides that I did this last time with MPP. Granted, last time I used it, I was a lot smaller, but I only took it up to 350, I believe, and took it up to 350, I believe, and after about 3 weeks, I was like, nah, this has to go. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And then, of course, GH will be in there. I'm going to try to avoid using insulin as long as I can. If I cannot use it, that would be great. That's pretty much the goal. Like, if at any point I do see glucose creeping up, I'm going to be mindful on the nutrition side. I feel like my body just responds better to that, scaling back a little bit and then pushing back up when I can. So if you made it this far, I sincerely appreciate you, and I want you to drop a 30-minute club or something like that in the comments, or do a strong arm bicep, do the bicep emoji. That's like my favorite emoji. I always throw that on everything. One of the two, do the 30-minute club or the bicep, and that would be super appreciated. Much love. There will be much more of these coming from now on. All my training footage I'm going to start sharing. I'm going to start doing some podcasting and things like that. So there are some big things in the works for what I'm doing with my bodybuilding journey, aside from the stage in training alone. So I'm trying to bring a lot more of what I do to you guys. So much love.